Alright, so basically what me and you want me to show you was we have a lot of people who basically um I don't know, they never use forums, and it sounds kind of strange, but there's a lot of kids that don't. And so when they get on here, they're like, what do I do? And although it's pretty straightforward with register and all that, I mean, to a first time person, I've sat down people who are new and see what they notice first, and a lot of times they do miss out. I mean, like, it's obvious, quick register, and but sometimes it's just a nightmare for them, or even getting here because they just play Xbox games. They don't really go on sites. And so basically, what this is it'll be a Java applet, and you can either put it like somewhere in here, or you can put it on the site itself, or make a separate URL that, like, let's say you're trying to get someone to register and they're just having a nightmare doing it, and no one's online to help. For the time being, they can just fill out this. And I was really tired when I wrote this, so I spelled it wrong. It's independent, I know. But this is like a really, really simplified version. I'm obviously going to change it so it's blue, more colorful, whatnot. But basically, and click this, and they can either go to registration or click information. Information is a pop-up. Obviously, this is really bland. It's 2 images. I can make it as interactive as you want to be. I'm probably going to have it so that it'll be like the website where it'll have a list of, all your clans, divisions, information, history, leaders, it'll be a massive interactive thing. All of which will be very low intense. So I mean, it's Java, so it's really quick and simple. But yeah, they'll go here and then they can get registration. And basically how this works is it's the same as my web chat I made for IGC, which I may have shown you. I think I have. Basically, it's using a program called Selenium or WebDriver, and it basically automates all the actions. It creates an instance of a browser. So I mean, it does it all on its own. It's as if someone's on the page right now. The one issue though is that when you're registering, no programs can really authenticate a CAPTCHA because they're meant to block bots. And because IGC is not like a massive site, you probably don't get many bots, only a few. So what would have to happen for this to work is I need a way to automatically fill out the form, meaning no CAPTCHA, and to have just an automatic verified anti-bot thing. Like a lot of sites have, what is 2 plus 2? Or spell like IGC backwards. Anyone can do that, but a bot can't read that. So I mean, it'll be the same question for everyone, meaning that when I input the program and input the details on the actual registration page, so if I go to register and I agree to these terms, it'll simulate all this. Right here, instead of this CAPTCHA, it'll just be like spell IGC backwards. And that'll be the same for everyone. Bots won't be able to do it still, and I can input that value, IGC backwards, every time. This will automate that, whereas I can't automate a CAPTCHA every time, if you follow that. So yeah, and then I also have another anti-bot thing, but bots can't use Java anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And also, before we get to this part, because clearly you have to go over terms, and I'll put a link in here to the terms as well. But basically saying you have to agree to them, because I mean, they obviously have to agree to them, otherwise that's pointless. So they agree, and then basically go straight to this, which is a much simpler form than going through all of this. And I will put in a time zone and language setup. Again, this was done in like an hour, so it's really fast paced, but I'm good with form for GUIs, and so it was not too difficult. I'll do all this, and right now I have some of the basic like checks, like that's not long enough clearly, and now they don't match. So I'm going to have a lot of the basic things. I'll implement more to make it more direct. Again, this was really quick. It'll go through there, and then it's a 3-step process, which is really simple for them. You got your step 1 up there. This is step 2. Basically, it's saying check your email. Follow that. Click it. If you're stuck at this point, email admin at igcgamers.com. In case if they can't get through that part, then someone will have to manually help them through the process. So they go through that, hit OK, sure. At this point, their email is submitted, and at that point, there'll be a little waiting box. That form will disappear once it logs them in and verifies them. So what it'll do is it'll verify it. Once that's done, they'll hit OK. It'll be another box before this screen, and during that time period, it'll be logging them in, getting them to the first post page. So IGCRegForm. It'll basically authenticate them into the website. Redirect here, and then it'll simulate a new post automatically for them. Again, this is all just done in the background. They do this and they just fill in their basic stuff, submit it, waha, and then it takes a minute for it to post, probably like 5 seconds. And so this will disappear on its own as well. And then once that's done, there'll be a thing going, you are registered, and then there'll be a link going right after that. It'll send up a link where they can go straight to the equivalent of just a basic or login form. So it'll go boom right to there on the actual site itself. So at the very end, it'll actually bring them to the website. They can log in and figure out what's going on. I'll also put a link in there with their post. I'll put a link that's from their introduction post. They can see that's at, and then basically they'll get used to the site from that point on. Because you want them to be familiar with the site, but at the same time, it is for those who are new to forums. Which, I mean, it's not. It's a generally common thing sometimes. Less and less frequent though. But it'll help them just get that part done. They can get on the forums. But yeah, this is just a backup thing, and this will all just run in Java, so it's really low intensive. And yeah, I'm obviously, like I said, buffed all this stuff up, make it a little nicer, more details, whatnot. And yeah, so that is that. And that's how that works. If you have any questions, let me know again. If it's something you're not interested in, I know Mutiny was, but if you're not, that's cool. No big deal. If you are, you will have to do the manual anti-bot spam thing rather than a CAPTCHA, which you can do in PHPBB. Yeah, so that is that. You got any questions? Let me know. See ya.